morning children, welcome to English class. Today we are going to discuss 5th unit, friends of the trees. There are so many friends to the trees, at the same time enemies also. That's why government had implemented protective um, conservation of forests uh, started by the government. Save the trees, save the forest. Many people are cutting the trees for the constructing the houses and different various purpose. So that's why government has started conservation of forest. If at all they want to cut the trees, they should take permission from the government. Not only human beings, from the creatures also enemy to the trees. In this lesson, friends of the trees, before going to discuss warm up, you know that many different kinds of animals depend on trees for food. Many animals, not only animals, human beings also are depending on trees. Trees give us shade, shelter, and those leaves and trunk, branches. Everything is helpful to human beings at the same time and animals also. Here, circle the one that eats the bark of trees. Total six animals are here. Animals and insects, which is enemy to the main enemy to the trees. What is the main enemy? Monkey, deer, rabbit, elephant, termite, beetle. What is the right answer? You have to circle. After completing this lesson, you will know the answer. First, listen this lesson carefully. There is a kind of beetle that lives under the bark of a tree. What is the meaning of the bark? Bark means the protective. Suppose this is the tree. This is the bark. This part to this part it is called trunk or bark. The protective layer of the trunk. Protective layer. Upper layer of the trunk we can call the bark. See here, under the bark of a tree that eats the bark and slowly destroys the trees. They eat the outer layer of the tree. Automatically, if they eat the bark of the tree, the inner part will destroy totally. The tree may die. See, that's why trees are mostly affected by the beetles. Destroy the trees. This is the bark of beetle and it is an enemy of our forest. What is the enemy of our forest? Beetles. One, see here, beetle. Beetle is the enemy of the forest. It eats the trees and it destroys the trees. That's why the beetle is the enemy of the forest. Let us discuss the lesson now. Long ago, bark beetles were not bark eaters at all. So many days before, many years back, these beetles were not eating the bark of the outer layer of the trunk. Before, they were not eating the bark of a tree. They were eating something. They lived in the grass and fed on it. They lived in grass. They were eating the grass and they were surviving. Before they were not bark eaters. Before they were eating only the grass. They survived by eating grass. They choose a lovely green clearing in the forest and settled down there. These beetles were eating grass. They enjoyed a lot by eating the grass. They They were in the green area. They were in the green area. They were eating the grass. Forest and settled down there. They were settled down under the trees, not on the trees, not trunk of the tree. Before they were not eating the beetles. All day long they fed on the grass. Day morning 6 to evening 6 o'clock they were eating the grass. They were not eating any other trees. They were depending on grass. There was plenty to eat. There was plenty in the forest. We can see so much of grass. So much of grass. They were eating the grass happily. But life was not always good for the beetles. Always today they enjoyed. Morning 6 to evening 6 o'clock they were eating. At the same time, all the days were not passed happily. They were there were many enemies to the beetles. They were killed by other animals also. They had to be constant alert for their worst enemy, the woodpecker. Woodpecker was the worst enemy. Whose enemy? Beetles' worst enemy is woodpecker. Woodpecker, see here. Woodpecker. Woodpecker's enemy is beetle's enemy is woodpecker. This tree enemy is see beetle. Tree enemy is beetle. Beetle enemy is woodpecker. This is a food chain. Food chain, you know already in science. See, snakes are depending on the frogs. Frogs are depending on insects. This is a food chain. Everyone is depending. Now we are human beings. We are eating the chicken, mutton and all. They are eating grass. See, sheep or goat, they are eating grass. We are eating the sheep or goat. This is the food chain. Food chain. We are the enemies of the hen and goat and sheep. At the same time, beetle enemy is woodpecker, trees enemy is beetle. Plenty to eat. Enemy the woodpecker. The beetle's enemy is woodpecker. From morning till night, the woodpecker hunted the beetle. From morning to evening, they have to survive. That's why from morning to evening they were searching this beetle and killed the beetles to survive. And here the beetles also they are eating the grass from morning to evening. This woodpecker was searching the beetles to survive. One day the woodpecker was a little tired. Got tired. It was not well. It was not in a good condition. Maybe he was sick. He settled on the foot of the tree that grew closer by and started to speak. They could hear. The woodpecker was not well. It came foot of the tree and it grew closer to the tree and started to speak. He said to the beetles were also around the tree. They were not on the trunk of the tree, they are around the tree. They were on the grass, settled on the foot of a tree that grew close by and started to speak. They were started to speaking to the tree as well as the beetles. They said to the beetles in a shrill voice, loudly. The woodpecker said to the beetles in a loud voice, "Why are you destroying that lovely green patch of grass? Why are you disturbing? Why are you eating the grass? It was very green. Why are you disturbing that green area? You should be punished for doing so. If you destroy this grass, if you eat this grass, you will be punished. If anyone is asking you to stop eating, how could you survive? Here the woodpecker is telling to the beetles, stop eating grass, stop eating grass. If they stop eating grass, how could they live? How could they? That is the question mark. You should be punished for doing so. If you are eating the grass, you will be punished. Sure, you should set the tree. Tree and this woodpecker were friends. Both were friends. This tree and woodpecker both were friends. Whatever the woodpecker will say, this tree agrees. This tree is giving. We can say that it is also giving support to the woodpecker. And he and the woodpecker were close friends. You see, when the woodpecker said something, the tree always agreed. Whatever the woodpecker says, the tree agreed that whatever it says, it accepts. Even though it is wrong, it says it agrees. The tree agrees. The beetles heard the woodpecker and the tree, but they said nothing in reply. How could they, with their mouths full of, with their, how could they, with their mouths full of grass? See, if at all they stop, if the beetles stop eating the grass, how could they survive? How could they live? With their mouths full of grass, um, their food is grass. If the woodpecker says to them, beetles, stop eating grass, how can they survive? They should have alternative. But beetles don't have alternative. How could they survive? How could they live? Why don't you follow the example of the bees and gather nectar instead? Why don't you eat the nectar of the flower? The bees are eating the nectar from the flower. They are not at all disturbing anyone. It is collecting the nectar from the flower. Instead of eating grass, you can eat the nectar. Who said? Woodpecker said, and the woodpecker went on flapping his wings. It said to the woodpecker said to the beetles, it is healthy and good for both the flowers and the fruit. If you eat the nectar, it is good to the flowers and at the same time fruit also. I am sure the bees would be happy to show you how to do it. See, I am sure the bees would be happy to show you how to do it. The bees also will help you how to take the nectar. Yes, said the tree. Whatever whatever woodpecker says, the tree also repeat the same. Eager to support his feathered friend, asked the bees. These trees are this tree also. Whatever the woodpecker says, it accepts. Ask the bees. You ask the bees how to collect the nectar. But the beetles were not going to ask the bees, but the beetles did not ask what is that bees how to collect the nectar. They were not interested in gathering nectar. These beetles were not interested. If at all any person come and ask us to eat grass, will you go and eat? We won't eat. We don't like that. We won't eat. Here, the woodpecker said to the beetles, eat the nectar. Nectar is good for bees. At the same time, bees cannot eat grass. At the same time, beetles cannot eat the nectar. Everyone have their own choice. See here, gather nectar. They did not like nectar. They only wish to stop the woodpecker from hunting them. They only wish this woodpecker was killing the beetles. All the daytime, the woodpecker was killing the beetles. They wish the beetles wishing that they want to protect from the woodpecker. They don't want to hunt the woodpecker. They want a happy life. If the beetles ask the woodpecker, don't eat beetles, will the woodpecker stop eating the beetle? That is his interest. Beetle's interest is eating the grass. Who are you to tell to the beetle stop eating the grass? That is not your duty. And the best way to do so was to ask the woodpecker for a song. If you ask a song to the woodpecker, the woodpecker forgets everything. It was singing like anything. The woodpecker always helped anyone who asked him for a song. If anyone asked the song to the woodpecker forgets everything and it started singing. The truth is, his song was nothing but a still cawing, but to thought it was highly musical. The song was like only the crow sound. How the crow sounds, it is also singing like a crow, but the woodpecker thinks that it was a beautiful song. The woodpecker think that it was a beautiful song, very melodious song, but the others think that it was horrible song. That song nobody cannot understand, nobody cannot hear musical. Shrill means loud sound. Loud sound. If you play the drum, not drum sound, iron sound. If you beat iron, oil can if you beat, how much sound you get? Is it good sound? It was not a good sound. It was a horrible sound. We could not hear. We could not bear that sound. Highly musical, but the woodpecker think that it was a highly musical sound. It thinks like that. When the beetles asked for a song, the woodpecker burst out singing and forgot all about hunting them. If the beetles were asking the woodpecker to sing a song, then the woodpecker forgot to eat the beetles. Keep on singing until it got tired. The tree was a good friend of the woodpecker. The tree was a good friend of the woodpecker. Good friend, both were good friends. The tree and woodpecker were friends, but he could not stand the woodpecker singing. When the woodpecker began to sing, the tree shook his buds and leaves. Buds means B-O-U-G-H-T. B-O-U-G-H-T. Buds means branches of the tree. The branches and the leaves, it was shaking its branches and leaves. The woodpecker was disturbed in the middle of his song and started hunting again. When both were friends, woodpecker and tree were friends. Whenever the woodpecker was singing, this tree was shaking its branches. When it shakes his branches, it got disturbed. The woodpecker got disturbed. Again it was starting hunting. The tree middle The tree stopped the woodpecker middle by shaking its branches and leaves. Again, it was uh, killing the beetle. The beetles were annoyed with the tree. At the same time, they knew they had to hide from the woodpecker. Suddenly, they thought of a good hiding place. Suddenly, they thought of good hiding place. The beetles were not accepted. The beetles were asking the woodpecker to sing a song. It was singing. It was singing. So the woodpecker forgets to hunting the beetle. But this tree was disturbing the beetle. When it disturbed the song, again it was thinking about the hunting beetles. It was the beetles were annoyed, not accepted that. Why was the tree not listening the song? Why? Why was the tree disturbing the song of the woodpecker? Why did it not listening the song? The beetles were thinking. They knew they had to hide from the woodpecker. When the woodpecker started hunting, they wanted to hide. Who wanted to hide? The beetles wanted to hide. Woodpecker, suddenly they thought of a good hiding place. Suddenly, while they were, while the woodpecker was starting hunting the beetles, suddenly they were near to the tree. Suddenly they hide in the bark of bark under the bark. Suddenly they hide under the bark. Bark means outer layer of a trunk. Small gaps are there. In that they were hunting. They were hiding place. Then rushed to the tree, ate through a few holes in the bark and settled down under them. They went to the bark. They ate some. They kept some holes and they were hunting. They were hiding in that under them, under the holes. Their new homes were quite comfortable and they had enough to eat. Enough to eat. They were hiding under the bark. They kept holes on the trunk and they were hiding inside. And the trunk part was very nice than the grass. They habituated to eat the trunk. The new home was very comfortable. They had enough to eat. They had good food to eat. At the same time, they can escape from the woodpecker. But the tree soon became a very sorry sight indeed. Very sorry sight. Before the tree was very happy. Before the tree, this tree was very happy because there was no beetle was eating the trunk. Now all beetles were eating the trunk and disturbed the trunk. If the trunk disturbed, got we can say damaged, it will die soon. It was a very sorry sight indeed for the tree. It is very, if there are any insect in your shirt, how would you feel? You feel uncomfortable. At the same time, so many beetles on the trunk. The tree got disturbed. There were hundreds of little holes in the bark. In the bark, there were hundreds of beetles. They were eating the trunk. They were eating the trunk, which was very delicious to the beetles. A lot of dust came out of the holes as the beetles made more room for themselves. They were making more holes, big holes in the trunk. That's why they were. This tree was got disturbed. when the tree mourned in pain. It was mourn means made a low, long sound to express pain. It was uh, all beetles were disturbed. That's why it got pain. The beetles, the beetle said, "What is the use of all this mourning? Why are you uh, feeling pain? Why did you disturb the woodpecker song? Why did you disturb the woodpecker song? Let the woodpecker sing. Why did you shake your branches and wings? Why did you shake your branches and wings? You shake your branches and leaves, so it got disturbed. When it got disturbed, suddenly the woodpecker's mind got disturbed and it was eating the beetles. It was eating us. That's why we 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 found a good place for hiding. What is that place? Your uh, bark of the trunk. See, now your days are numbered. Your days, you will die soon, because I am not only one beetle. Many beetles are making holes on your trunk. We will soon eat you up. We will eat you totally. The woodpecker understood the tree's problem. He said to the tree, "Hold on, friend. I will soon take these uh, guttons out, and then you can live in peace." Guttons means the those that eat and drink more than it needed. The beetles were eating more food. Suppose if at all you want to eat one plate of rice, that is enough for you. But the beetles, they eat two plates more than they eat more food, and that's why the tree got disturbed soon, they said. But the woodpecker and tree both were friends. The woodpecker said that, "Don't worry, I will bring out the beetles out and I will kill them. You can live in peace. After killing all the beetles, uh, you will be um, you will be happy." With these words, the woodpecker struck the bark with his beak and caught the beetles. With this, that's why the woodpecker started, we can say, struck the, we can say, to keep, to set the beetles, it is keeping holes on the tree to collect the beetles. Beetle, the struck again and caught another beetle. It was catching the beetles. To catch the beetles, it was keeping holes in the trunk. Beetles, another, and at another. It was continuously started eating the beetles. The tree sighed with relief. Relief means relaxed, feeling after some pain or disturb. The woodpecker was taking the beetles out. Whenever it taking out the beetles, the tree got relief. "My dear woodpecker," said the tree, "you are a you are a, you are a true friend to me, because you you have given relief from the beetles." The woodpecker still saves the lives of the trees by hunting beetles that live under the bark. Those who are disturbing the tree, this woodpecker collecting the beetles and kill it. So it got relief. The tree got relief from the beetle. That's why it lives happily. The tree lives happily because of the woodpecker. Yes, woodpecker really are friends of the trees. Woodpeckers are really friends to the trees. So woodpeckers, they love very much the trees. The tree loves the woodpecker very much. Both were thick friends. There is a mm, much bondage between woodpecker and the tree. Both were good friends. They helped each other. This is the uh, lesson. Children read this lesson two times, and these new words you practice. Uh, Read these new words meanings. In page number 39, you complete. We will discuss in next class. uh, Grammar topic already we have finished. Listening and speaking we will discuss tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.